Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Rockin' Coach Amy, and this is somebody who was introduced to us many months ago by our dear friend Just Jason Keto, and I see Keto Simple in the chat as well. There are plenty of channels out there and a good handful here in the Tuber Chat family that are wanting literally to help inspire, motivate when it comes to the idea of healthy eating, healthy living, particularly with a keto-based diet or lifestyle. There's a lot of information out there, but our friends like to make these things a lot simpler for us, hence Keto Simple. Rockin' Coach Amy recently changed her name. It was Rockin' Keto Amy, but she is also inspiring and motivating and has quite a story. You can read about that on her About section. Most of our friends here in the Tuber Chat family have filled those out. Coach Julia Edens, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly for you. And the 5Gs, for the life of me, I was just going to say, I think we've seen you before, but I was going to ask if you might be brand new, but I see you mentioning to Pete that it's been a while. So thank you for coming back in. Jody Genealogy is here. I'll get back to Rockin' Coach Amy's content in a second, but I started doing some introductions here. So I've got Real Outdoor Living and Home by Design with Marilyn, along with Oki's Eden on the Wheel, and Travel with Josie Ann has been here from the beginning. And then our dear friend Michael's Adventures, a beloved and dedicated moderator. Thank you again for another raid today. He's done that a million times before. He's been doing it very frequently lately, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I've got a few more names on the wheel. Scratch and PPA, of course, is in the pole position, but Canadian Family Life and Jesse Journals and Unboxes are both beloved and dedicated moderators as well. And so they're on the up at the top of the wheel. Oki's Eden just dropped a super chat as well. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll look at Oki's Eden next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. Like we always do, Matthew's Bushcraft is in the house. They are going to be our featured channel in the next live stream, which should be on Sunday. Storytime with Uncle Bill. Good to see you here. Timmy the Racing Channel is with us every day. A Simple Family Lifestyle. Good to see you back in the chat. And I know I'm missing some channels. Berdazzle, good to see you here. Fezzi's Adventures and More is also in the house. And they've hit a milestone, which is great to know. DJ Ron the Mechanic is a longtime friend, actually. They've been with us a few years, so it's good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hearth and Home, hopefully you're still in the chat. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. It's probably more important than ever that I mention the idea. We don't want to jump on brand new channels that we see in the chat. Like, don't just jump on their name and go subscribe right away. We got to follow the procedure, but you want to inspect a channel just for a quick second. Make sure it's a real with generosity, wanting to support others. The 20-minute time limit on the chat that most people here will remember that you have to wait out helps with patience. Because not everybody's going to want to wait that out. It gives people a chance to see what we're doing here, make sure that this is what they want for their channel, because it's not for everybody, right? Only the 1% can be the 1% is what I usually say, and it's not playing favorites. It's just saying we all focus on generosity and supporting each other regardless of niche or category. There's a lot of people out there that just want to stick to their niche. There's some people out there that don't want to subscribe to channels. They want to do the Beyonce thing and have everybody subscribe to them, and that's it. And it's fine. There's no right or wrong in any of that. But we don't want to jump right on every new name that we see here until we get a chance to see how they interact with everybody in the chat. And the reason why I say that is over the last couple of weeks, we've noticed some algorithm changes. Probably everybody's noticing the search results are really obscure. Some of our most common supporters are not at the top of the search results these days. And, I don't want to say that YouTube seems to be favoring larger channels once and for all, but in the search results for the last month to month and a half, it seems that way. So we want to just have a conversation with people. Everything here starts with a friendship. My recommendation, of course, is always make the first move. Reach out to other creators with a simple hello, but you don't have to connect right away. You can wait a minute or two or even weeks, and some of our most seasoned friends and supporters and family members here will even wait months until they get to know somebody before connecting. So there's no right or wrong. I just want to give hints as to what we know works over the last 5 years. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Level up, stress down. I think you were here last time, but it's good to have you back in the chat, and forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. And then I think we're just about caught up. Kaleidoscope of Happiness, good to see you in the house. Rocking Coach Amy, look at this, has actually 400 subscribers right this second, which is great. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 405 or 410 that we know she must be thinking about right now. This creator, like I said, is going to help us with healthy eating and healthy living. She shares a lot of her journey and a lot of her life in her videos, but there's a ton of recipes as well. Some she narrates, some are a little bit shorter and feature simple steps. All of the recipes here are easy to follow, simple to make, and feature keto-friendly ideas. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 500 views on the way to 600, 700 on the way to 800, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. And she's doing a ton of live streams and collaborating with other creators as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rockin' Coach Amy. She's here with us frequently, and like I said, is a motivating and inspiring creator, not just with healthy eating and healthy living, but with our YouTube journeys as well. Mariana Latrinia, thank you for another super chat. They've done that several times before. We're going to put their channel up on the screen right after Oki's eating. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment like we always do, and then I will add names to the wheel over the course of the stream based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. We should be here for close to 3 hours. Vintage Style by Joe, good to see you in the house as well. And when we look at Oki's Eat-In, this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but gardening tips, recipes, and laughs for sure, because I actually caught them for a live stream. Was it yesterday or the day before? And this creator, the ultimate after Thanksgiving brunch, which will be interesting to see. I wonder if that video will continue to get views right into November. I'm in Canada, so we celebrate our Thanksgiving next month, but I know our American friends are a few weeks later. My guess is that that has to do with climate and the time of the harvest, right? Because things get colder and we get snow and ice a lot earlier than most of our American friends. I'm going to put your latest video into a special playlist I have. I call it my catch-up list. That is a playlist I use for keeping and getting caught up with creators. And then I've got a notification on for a premiere they've got coming up in a few days as well. So you'll see here, they've got quite a few recipes. These are a little bit different than the last channel we looked at. And yeah, I've still got a bit to learn on this channel, obviously, but they've made some really interesting things. Some things I'm seeing for the first time in the Superchat family. And then shorts on this channel have already gotten into 4,000, 6,000 views, my dear goodness, and plenty of them over 2,000 and 3,000. And then live streams. So like I said, I caught them. Yeah, that was yesterday. They've already done another couple, and they've got a few coming up. So a few days from now and on the 1st of October, we'll get another one. So hopefully hopefully everybody will connect with Okie Zeden, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'd love to push them towards the 700 subscribers we know they must be thinking about. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Timmy the Racing Channel is always making me laugh in the chat. And then Coach Julia Edens, I thought you were, forgive me, I might have thought you were here once before. I hope, again, I'm pronouncing that properly, and forgive me if you answered already and I missed your answer to that. Yeah, the wheel basically contains names of people here in the chat. I will add names over the course of the stream based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation when we get down to about 5 or 6 names on the wheel. As I go through channels, obviously it gets a little bit lower. As more people come in, it goes higher. Members and moderators always get added to the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat, but the wheel and the screen are open to everyone. These streams are very busy, so it can take a very long time, sometimes as much as 2.5 hours. I know not everybody can stay that long, and not everybody can be here every 3 days, but I do appreciate every moment everybody can be here, and we will get to as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours. The source is here, Crafty Witch 232. Hot Damn, Elaine's Crafting is also in the house. And then we are about to look at Mariana Latrinia. So thank you, Okie Zeden, and thank you, Mariana Latrinia, for those super chats. I really do appreciate those extra generous donations. These creators and other times that we get super chats and memberships, those channels are put on the screen right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting was over in Michael's Adventures premiere right before we started, so thanks for coming over. They're a longtime friend and a recently featured channel as well. Real Outdoor Living, hopefully I said hello. You've been on the wheel for quite some time. I know they were here from the beginning, and again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Hugo Homestead is in the house. That's actually a longtime friend. I think they've been with us 5 years. It's pretty close to it. It's 4 for sure. But it might be as much as 5 years. And then Mariana Latrinia. This is another channel I'm still getting to know. They just started coming into the Tuber Chat streams a few months ago. Cooking vlogs and lifestyle is what they expect to bring, but they're actually doing a little bit more. So they got a baking video here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's the playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. They've got a grocery haul over here, more cooking and baking videos we see throughout the channel, and this creator seems to be a dynamic host. I'm looking forward to getting to know the channel better. Like I said, some of the shorts have done really well. 8,000, 12,000, 15,000 on some of these, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they just did one a couple days ago. They're doing tacos. I don't know how many people actually do Taco Tuesday, but it's become a frequent thing, actually, it seems, for more and more people. But lots of cooking going on in these live streams. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these soon. I've got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. Mark the Shark, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'll pretend I'm Mark the Shark for a moment here. He sent over a couple of beautiful hats. This is embroidered. Like, that is no joke. I love embroidery. I really, really do, whether it's on shirts or hats. I know it's not always appropriate depending on the material or fabric or different things we're talking about, but embroidery always, in my opinion, looks great. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I've actually got his other hat here. He sent over 2. Oh, and Rambling with the Broom sent over one as well. Much love and aloha. That's his greeting. Mark the Shark as well. And buy one, get one traditional wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. I can't remember if ours is Buffalo Wild or if it's just Wild Wing in Canada. I can't remember for the life of me. And then, like I said, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. The Confident Quilter, Gladys L. Paul, and Style with Merceny, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And forgive me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly again. I know you've been here before, and forgive me if I'm forgetting that. I try to get everybody's name the way they want it pronounced so that everybody can have their channel promoted right as well. And then Mariana Latrinia, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Crafty Witch 232 is up on the screen, and the creator behind this channel is Andy. They're actually live just about every day, and I'll talk about that in another second when we get over to that page. But right now, the thumbnails here are going to give you a bit of an idea of some of the things they're making. Oh, pardon me, I haven't worn a hat in a long time. Probably destroying my hair. Crafty Witch 232 actually lets us know they craft all the things. They do cross stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and a lot of sewing. And they do some collaborating with other creators as well. They've got some shorts on the channel. This is a great chance to look at what I have seen first. I wondered about this the other day. I was wondering if this was a hat that you were making. I don't know how to do it, but I recognize the round loom, if that's what we call it. Hats on a Mission from Jeremy is doing a lot of that as well. And then this creator's got a lot of pop culture references and a lot of the things that they're making. So they got some more cross stitch here, along with a lot of 3D printing and crochet. I've come to learn they sell a lot of the things that they make. They go to different conventions and shows and things like that. Some of these shorts have done really well. A couple of them at 10,000 and 14,000, my goodness. And this must be their display for getting ready to sell a lot of these things, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. And like I said, they're live almost every day. Usually they're doing crochet more than anything else. That's what I've seen. But they do a bit of collaborating, and then they've done a couple of other things as well. I've seen them play a video game for a little bit of variety, and their channel's growing really, really fast. I believe the reason why, there's two reasons why. One is because they're so consistent, and they're on all the time. I'm talking literally, imagine streaming like for an average of 3 hours a day, right? Here's a 5-hour one, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And that is a lot of activity, and it gives a lot of opportunity for people to come in, including new viewers from the shorts feed when you're doing the vertical streams. But this creator's incredibly supportive as well. I run into them constantly when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams for other channels in the chats. And then, hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat, and Crafty Witch 232 is working on 3,600 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer to that milestone. We know they must be thinking it. That makes Crafty Witch 232 one of the fastest growing channels that we've seen in the Tuber Chat family in the last 5 years, because they got their 3,000 in about a year. And I said that about Canadian Family Life as well. So it's quite an accomplishment. We've come a long way. I know things are faster. It doesn't seem fast. It doesn't seem easy, but I promise you it's faster and easier than ever before, or when we started. I started 8 years ago. But still, amazing accomplishments from these couple of creators. I like to recognize it from time to time. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. The speed and proficiency is impressive on Crafty Witch 232. But she keeps up with the chat too. That's something that can be a tough thing to learn, and I don't want to sound discouraging or negative because it's not meant that way at all. But we notice that a lot of creators, including myself, maybe even especially myself, have taken a long time to get from the point of their streams becoming a little bit busier than they're able to handle, to the point that they're able to catch up with the chat easily. I know that I make it look easy over here, and somebody might wonder, how on earth is he keeping up with the chat? Well, I'm missing 90% of it. I have a window beside me that I keep looking over to that's got the chat rolling over here, but I miss a lot of what goes on. I just kind of glance over here and there. But it's a skill to be able to catch up and stay caught up, especially while you're doing other things. And that's what you'll see from Crafty Witch 232. So, Theta Eisenberg, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Hot Damn Elaine's Crafting is up on the screen. This is actually a longtime friend as well. So now they're at 715 subscribers, but they're monetized, which is great to see. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They say they're going to bring us crafting, chatting, laughing, bingo, and relaxing. And they say, let's make some friends and have some fun. Everyone's welcome, of course. And what you'll find from most creators, definitely all of our moderators here, but from most creators in the chat, almost everybody here is going to not only allow, but encourage everybody to connect with each other. So you'll likely meet more friends and family members everywhere you go within this community. And then Hot Damn Elaine's Crafting has got some shorts over here that have started to move into 1,300 views, 1,500 views. One of the things I've been pointing out lately is when you go onto a channel like this and you click on the shorts and you click on the popular tab, you'll notice that sometimes the numbers are a little bit out of order, and it's always the highest numbers that are kind of floating in the wrong spots here. That's because they're still getting plenty of views and they haven't settled in the algorithm yet, which is great. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they got one coming up tomorrow. We'll be looking forward to that. I should be able to catch you for this bingo live stream. I've caught them many times before. Of course, Hot Damn Elaine's Crafting has been a long time friend. I've lost count of how many years. Hot Damn Elaine's Crafting might have been with us for 3 years by now, 2 for sure. I'm almost certain. And forgive me if I'm mistaken. Of course, I can't remember how long every channel's been with us, but I like to recognize some of these just because I want to hopefully be motivating for everyone in the idea that we know for sure that we have people here today that will be willing to support each other for years into the future. That's what we've seen over the last 5.5 years, and it continues today. And then Simple Family Lifestyle 2 is here, but we saw your channel in the chat, so I know your channel is coming through, if I'm not mistaken. Down the road, good to see you back in the house. Crystal Dragon House of Creations, Rita, I have got you on the wheel. It's time for me to spin. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. KP Heathen, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's a hard worker that takes us to some interesting job sites in amongst their content. I used to do some of the similar work to what they do now, and I've changed jobs lately. I wouldn't call it a career, but I've changed jobs lately. So luckily I don't have to work quite as hard. I still do work every day, but it's not with concrete and asphalt and everything. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes is up on the screen right now. This creator, I want to see, there's the community post. This is really cool. So Nick Nimmin is obviously one of the biggest YouTubers that talks about the things that we talk about here. We're talking, I forget if he's got his 1 million subscribers, but he's got to be close if he hasn't got it yet. I haven't checked in a while. But Nick Nimmin, of course, with a group of other creators like Vanessa Lau, Sunny Lenarduzzi, Think Media, Daryl Eves, Roberto Blake, even Nick Nimmin's brother, D. Nimmin. These creators all help us with our YouTube journey. They all inspired me to even start this 8 years ago when I was watching more YouTube than I ever had before and started to realize, hey, this is something that I could probably do and be at least good at. And what happened the other day, Jessie Journals and Unboxes is one of our beloved and dedicated moderators here. And she sent over for me to see one of his latest videos, which was extremely informative. If you go back a few days through our community posts, you'll find it. I still call them community posts, but you know what I mean. And then Jessie Journals and Unboxes must have left a comment for Nick Nimmin, either on that video or another one, and got some comment love from Nick Nimmin, and this cool graphic came up, and then she put that on her post page, and you see how this comes full circle, right? All this activity is helping with a lot of different things, and Jessie Journals and Unboxes has always been very active. She's been with us from the beginning, probably 5 years by now. She's the newest entrant into our moderator squad, but her support for all of us has increased over the years, and I'm very lucky as the host of Superchat. Plenty of people reach out, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or our moderators are always very active, and we're always sharing little tidbits of information for everything that we see so that everybody can get right on top of everything, basically. Foothills of Appalachia, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Jessie Journals and Unboxes is going to obviously unbox a lot of different things, but she's also going to show us the things she creates with a lot of the things that she unboxes. And what I mean by that is some of what she does will end up being crafting supplies. She also collaborates with other people as well, hence the journaling, hence the collages we're going to see on her channel. She's got a lot of happy mail because she's so supportive to other people as well. And then sometimes she does hauls, or she unboxes mystery subscription services, and she's done all sorts of different ones, and she posts every Sunday as a minimum one video a week. She's been consistent for as long as I can remember. In her shorts videos, she features a lot of the things that she finds in the unboxing videos. Lately there's a lot of washi tape and other crafting supplies. The only reason I even know what washi tape is because of her videos. But if we go to some of the more popular ones, especially the ones that were dropped a while ago, you'll see that she's gotten into bath and beauty products, jewelry, stationery, snacks even, and just about anything that can be unboxed. And then live streams on this channel are occasional, but this is the kind of creator who's so supportive to others that she can literally live stream whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support coming into the chat because of how much she does for everybody else. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Palazzo Place, good to have you here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Darlene's Garden and Home, good to see you in the house from Northeast Oregon. It's good to have you here, so thank you for coming in. And hopefully for any channels that are new or brand new, you'll have a look at our video description. It lays out the full procedure for how we connect with each other, watching a 3-minute video from beginning to end, leaving a comment. I always recommend 3 or 4 sentences, and then giving a thumbs up, subscribing, and putting the notification bell on. So what we'll do right now, we'll take our first break of this stream. We'll go for 3.5 minutes, and right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip for you from a video series we have now. These are essentially interviews that really turn into friendly conversations. All of the creators featured have been long time friends of ours, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. And what I wanted to do is ask them how they did it so that we can hear their answers, assuming they might not always say exactly the same things I'm going to say. And I can tell you right now, they don't all say the same things as each other either. So they're incredibly informative. One of the things I will ask from everybody, because the YouTube algorithm seems to have shifted so drastically over the last few weeks. Shares are more important than ever. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate the time everybody watches, every moment that you're here, the comments after the stream, and the chat that goes on while we're on. But the shares are one of the most important things, especially today. So if everybody could share while we watch this clip or when we go on the break, I'll appreciate that greatly. On any social network or here on your post page, I'll appreciate it. And let's see what our first creator has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, what I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to I think it was 82 was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at the 4,000, when you're at 4,000 subscribers, aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that. Instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and we'll bring it up and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
All right, let's go for 3.5 minutes and come right back. All right, we're just about back. I forgot to spin the wheel before we went on break there, so let's do it right this second. We'll get our next channel ready to go.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And Face the Ace, I just want to thank you for the comments you've been leaving lately. I always appreciate every bit of engagement. Here in Tuber Chat, I don't reply to a lot of comments. A lot of people are just stopping by making a statement, but I probably should be doing a much better job of that. We all should be replying to comments, but I do appreciate it. I see them all coming through. I always check for spam and nasty stuff and delete that or have it held and things like that, but it's always entertaining, of course. Jody Genealogy is up on the screen, and this is a creator with a couple of channels. We'll look at her other one in a second. Here is where she wants to bring history, travel, and other adventures. And Jody Genealogy has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter ever since being here in the Tuber Chat family. She's been with us a couple of years now. It could be as much as 3 years, actually. Jody Genealogy is over 1,200 subscribers, and this is a newer channel, so that's great. Growing fast, obviously. And then I'm going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into that catch-up playlist that I keep talking about, where I keep her get caught up with creators. Now, Jody's always been known to bring variety, especially into the shorts videos on her channels. And you'll see this again in another moment. Different shorts, but a similar idea, where it's all variety, and she's gotten into 2,800 views, 7,200 on another one here, and then live streams on the channel as well. And she can do some random content here. She's either on the water or by the fire or on the road, or maybe collaborating with somebody else. And Jody Genealogy, let's have a look at her second channel. Marketplace Boutique is where this creator is going to help us with the idea of e-commerce, buying and selling on platforms like eBay. They bring a lot of variety on the channel as well, and they'll give us a few tutorials to help us with our YouTube journey, especially when it comes to graphic design. Once in a while, she'll do something a little bit different, like this kayak adventure, but this creator will often take us shopping and show us how to find the right things to buy and sell, or how to buy collections of things that we can split up and sell individually. Shorts on this channel feature pure variety, but some of these have really moved into now 35,000 views, 55,000 views. And then live streams on this channel as well. Marketplace Boutique has often collaborated with others, and again, on the water, could be by the fire, and she likes to bring a little bit of variety into these live streams as well. So Marketplace Boutique closing in on 3,000 subscribers. She's officially on the road right now. We always say you're officially on a road when you pass a 100 milestone. Since she's past 2,900, that puts her officially on the road to 3,000. So it's very exciting, and hopefully we can push her a little bit closer. We know she's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So I'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go and see what's happening with Silver Assassin Metal Detecting.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Corinne Pierce is in the house as well. Now, Corinne Pierce is a longtime dear friend, one of our longest standing members, but also one of our longest standing moderators. And we always put moderators and members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So we'll have a look at what she's doing in another moment. And Silver Assassin Metal Detecting, I was mentioning, he was over in, pardon me, I was going to say Scratch and PPA's premiere. That was on Tuesday. Michael's Adventures premiere. It's hard for me not to mention those creators together because they're two of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. Now, Silver Assassin Metal Detecting has also been incredibly supportive here. A friend of now at least a couple of years, could be as much as 3 years for this creator as well. And forgive me if I make mistakes with these, lengths of time between our friendships. I can't remember how long every channel's been here, but I'm in the routine of mentioning it so often now, and I like to recognize a lot of creators that are known for that kind of support literally years into the future. Now, Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is going to take us out for an adventure that I always thought would be fun. I haven't done any of this yet, but it's fascinating to watch because when I think of metal detecting, I think like, hey, let's go find some silver and gold and money, right? But there's a lot of other really interesting, valuable artifacts that can be found, and Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is going to show that to us in their videos. So I'm going to take the latest one, put that in my catch-up list. It's been a little while, so I'm behind on the channel, but I see you've got a premiere coming up on Saturday as well, so hopefully we'll catch that one. It's a little bit early, but I'm usually up by then. I'm in the 5 a.m. club now. I'm in the Eastern time zone. And then shorts on this channel feature some of the things this creator has found. Some of these have gotten into 1,500, 1,600 views, one at 3,700, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. They've done a few of these as experiments. We'll see if they're going to continue, but we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. And then thank you, Face the Ace. And then forgive me if I'm mistaken, A Simple Family Lifestyle 2. Your channel was able to come in earlier, right? Is that right? I thought I saw it earlier in the chat.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever considered that, but the source, yeah, the name, the colors everybody gets must change in every stream. And then, thank you, Corinne Pierce is going to grab some water. Yes, forgive me, I didn't really see the post. When I say that I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well, what I really mean is that I check Instagram messages most often. Facebook, I typically go just to clear the notification, that little red dot that keeps showing up on the phone a million times a day. And then Twitter I'm on occasionally. But I saw something go by from Corinne Pierce that I wanted to take a look at to see what has happened. It looks like maybe an injury, talking about getting sewn up, if I'm not mistaken. And then Scratch and PPA up on the screen right now. I just watched, I don't know why my red line is not already there. I figured out why this is happening so often, though, not in the case of this video, because I just watched this video. I'm going to put it back in my catch-up list again. But this situation that I keep talking about the last many weeks, where some of my red lines are not going all the way across, it's because whatever I've left running at the end of the day, or at the end of whatever time I'm sitting on the computer, when I come back, I often make the mistake of refreshing the tab instead of clicking on the home page. When you refresh, it goes back to the beginning of the video and it doesn't look like you've watched it. So I think that's why this is happening, and I realized it yesterday or the day before. Jory's Game Bites, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. But Scratch and PPA, I want to do something specific here today for this, because I did literally, I don't know why I didn't watch it until today, so forgive me for that, my friend Pete. But let's do a poll. If everybody would like to see how to do a poll, I'll show you how to do this on the window that I use here. Unbiased LLC, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we click on this little plus button here, it says engage with your audience. There's a few things you could do here. Members only live stream is interesting. We're not going to do that here. Oh, I see. You can switch your live stream to members only. Wow. So you can like lock out a part of it, I guess, midstream. I was in something else. I follow a lot of crypto and stuff like that, and one of the channels I was watching outside of Superchat last night did something like that, where they did a stream that everybody could watch, and then they sent everybody over to their website, and they said, well, if you're not subscribed to the website, you won't be able to watch, and I understand. So to set up a poll, we click the poll option, and we're going to say, which game show does this week Scratch challenge, I don't know if I can get all this in, remind you of? And we'll put a few answers here. We'll put deal or no deal. We'll put who wants to be a millionaire. And we'll put the Price is Right. And what on earth are you talking about? And then hopefully everybody will answer that. I hope everybody watched Scratch and Pete PA's latest video. And I don't want to say the wrong thing. I know a lot of people like are either driving or working. I missed this week's premiere completely. I was able to peek in there about an hour before, but I couldn't be there for the premiere. I was literally working at the time. And the way that I work now, I don't have my personal phone with me most of the time, but I usually work in 2 or 3 different places, and I drive in between, so I'm able to at least check a couple of times, or I might get a few minutes here and there. But I hope everybody watched this week's video in full, and that will give you an idea of how to figure out what game show might be referenced, at least in my own opinion. So I think that it was an interesting idea behind the video. I'm not sure if it was intended. I think it was probably random. But I'm also very close to Scratch and Pete PA geographically. He's only a few hours away from me. And this creator, therefore, I get to recognize most of the lottery tickets that I see, because I see them in all of the gas stations, variety stores, grocery stores, and places where we sell those. And I've scratched my share of lottery tickets. I don't do it all the time, but a few times a year I'll usually get a few. The Educated Natural, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. So hopefully everybody will check that out. If you haven't already watched his video, I hope you will. I know everybody gets tied up in the chat, because Scratch and Pete PA premieres every Tuesday, so that's at 12:15 Eastern. And if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. It is faster than what we've got going on here, so I know it can be tough to keep up. You got to really have some quick thumb action going on to get the to say hello to everybody if you're on your phone. So very fast paced, very high energy. And then Scratch and Pete PA typically pits 2 lottery tickets against each other in his video series. He offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And then this creator has a hint in his thumbnails as well. Presentation's always been at the forefront of this creator's mind. His bright, beautiful avatars matched by the thumbnails, of course, with content and a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then his banner's updated every week, if you could believe that. And his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on this channel have started when he took a trip to Italy a couple of years ago and brought us a chance to look at all the different areas he visited, along with some Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen. And then his very first live stream came from that trip to Italy as well. And I know a lot of people will be rooting for more, but we're happy to see that Scratch and PPA has expanded his content. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. He's closing in on 2,500 subscribers, and we'd love to push him a little bit closer towards that milestone. Let's see what everybody had to say, and I'll spin the wheel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
How upsetting. I ran that poll figuring everybody was going to get what I got out of this. I was thinking everybody would pick The Price is Right. Bigger Spin looks like the wheel on The Price is Right. I forget what you call that wheel. You can tell me in the chat if you remember. And Plinko is a game that comes right out of Price is Right. So I thought for sure everybody would get that. But thank you, everybody, for participating. I like to do polls here that have really nothing to do with YouTube most of the time, just for some silly nonsense. So Charlene Heel is coming up right now. This is another longtime friend. She's been with us from the beginning as well, probably 5 years. She's got several channels. We usually look at 2 of them, and I've actually been on both of those channels with her for live streams. She's always motivating, always inspiring, and Charlene Heel is going to bring us wellness coaching more than anything else here. This creator has monetization, of course, lots of ways to support her when we get there. She's posting frequently, which is great to see, and she does a mix of video, shorts, and live streams over the years. She's closing in on 2,600 subscribers right now. Some of the shorts have gotten into 7,000 and almost 8,000 views, and then live streams on the channel feature all sorts of different content. Lately, she's been doing a lot of outdoor stuff, but this creator's interviewed a lot of other creators, myself included, like I mentioned. And then, is it just called The Big Wheel? And then, yeah, Plinko, I think, is probably a game that a lot of people would say is their favorite from Price is Right. But I like the one where the yodeling guy falls off the escalator. So spoiler alert for everybody who hasn't seen that in the last 50 years. But I always find that to be the most amusing. I used to sit and, like, as a young lad, watching Price is Right with Bob Barker, and I would be wishing for that game to show up. The yodeling drove me crazy, but the guy falling off the thing I thought was the most hilarious. And then they've really done a lot with Plinko. A lot of people, a lot of gaming places like Chuck E. Cheese, or I'm thinking Dave & Buster's has Plinko type game, if I'm not mistaken. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities is another channel from Charlene Heel, Charlene Heel, where she's going to bring wealth, spirituality, and a mindset shift. So obviously motivating and inspiring, a complementary channel to what we saw a moment ago. This creator's got some shorts over here at 3,300, 5,400, 6,600 views, and then live streams as well. So a lot of outdoor content lately, but she's interviewed a lot of other people and had StreamYard panels on this channel. I've been on this one with her as well. And then 1,700 subscribers is the next milestone for her. We'd love to push her a little bit closer to that idea. I'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next, and I'll get go with the Flow Farm onto the wheel as well.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then I missed an opportunity, actually, to see The Price is Right live. They came to Niagara Falls a couple of months ago, I think, and I hadn't ever been considered going to any of those shows. I didn't realize that they travel around, really. I might have known, but not realized it, you know what I mean? Where you know something and you're like, oh, that means, yeah, they could have come by here. And I grew up in Toronto, but I live in Niagara Falls now. So it's a world-class city, of course. The honeymoon capital of the world. I think they've even given away trips on Price is Right to Niagara Falls, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I'm certain of it. And then we have two different casinos, both in the same city here. And Price is Right came here, so I gotta start watching the listings and see what we can get tickets for. A couple of friends invited me a few months ago to go to Canada's Got Talent, very much like America's Got Talent, but the Canadian version with Howie Mandel and Shania Twain. And it was really interesting to see. And yeah, it was quite an experience. So hopefully everybody gets a chance. I think you're right, Scratch and PPA. I think it's Cliffhanger. Oh, there you go. Yes, Level Up, Stress Down, Cliffhanger is the thing. Yeah, I used to like that, probably just because the guy falls. And then Real Outdoor Living is up on the screen right now. There's another channel I'm still getting to know. They've just been with us recently, started coming in recently, but they have 823 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 900 we know they're thinking about. They say they're a family who love the outdoors and nature, so they're going to bring that to us in their videos. It's nice to see everybody smiling and having a good time. I've got to get another piece of content watched here, so I think what I'm going to do is take one of your most popular videos and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels over weeks and months by watching videos, hanging out in live streams and premieres. I get to know the content, and then whenever anybody hangs out, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. Like I said, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. And then Real Outdoor Living is also bringing us some shorts videos here. And I see some shout outs in some of their shorts, but they've gotten into 2,100 views and 3,500 views on one of them, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they seem to be doing these fairly frequently, about once a week, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even more often, actually. And then hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I got notification bells on for every single channel. And then the other thing I mention occasionally, but not probably often enough, is whenever anybody has a live stream coming up, especially if it's something special, like a milestone or a monetization celebration or a birthday or anything like that, you can feel free to reach out. I know you can't sit there and message every single person you want to come into your live stream or premiere, but I'll always make a point to try to get in there if I can, even if I'm busy and have to just peek in or something. So anybody can feel free to do that if you want. And then thank you, Level Up, Stress Down. Yes, and then we always want everybody being safe. I appreciate every moment everybody can be here, but truth is we're here every 3 days for 3 hours. There's plenty of time to connect with people, whether it's today or another day. And I know we've got a few friends that run the stream in the background, whether they're working or driving or even just listening or watching. I know some people will put it on the TV while they're doing other things. And I appreciate that. Hopefully everybody will connect with Real Outdoor Living. I'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. And we'll take a break again. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. And again, these are videos listed in a playlist and as a podcast on the Superchat channel now. They're extremely informative. They go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. All of the creators that are featured are longtime friends of ours. They've been through and are going through all the same things we are. They have all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
So always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, in a weekend and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap, whatever it is.
There you go.
And so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth, because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yeah,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. It really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. It's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure.
And I just wanted to show everybody this for a second, because I looked it up in the background here while you're getting ready to share. You won't be able to hear it, I don't think, but this is the cliffhangers. There it is right there. Yeah, she's going crazy, but the guy didn't fall off the thing this time, so she has obviously won something special there. So Hugo Homestead is coming up in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're just about back. I added Timmy, the racing channel, onto the wheel. Over the course of the stream, I'll always add names based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. Darlene's Garden and Home is just asking about the emojis. So on a phone, you'll have to do it with your keyboard. I know it's a little bit different for Android and iPhone. However, on a computer, what you can do is you can click the little smiley face and a whole bunch of emojis will come up, including custom ones that monetized channels have the ability to put out. But you can just type a colon, and then if you happen to know some of the names of them, like I know the wave one, so I'll type WAV and wave will come up, or I can type PRAY and the thank you or prayer thing will come up, for instance. And there's plenty of different ones. After a long time using them, you'll get to know the names, but it's probably easier on a phone, as a matter of fact. And then Hugo Homestead up on the screen right now is a longtime dear friend, and actually they want to teach us something. It's not that they want to teach us something, it's that we can learn something from the channel before we even get into the content. So if we look on their About section, yes, Huga is a concept of relaxed time with friends and a cozy, peaceful home in Danish. And this is what I'm talking about. They've changed that up a couple of times. But this is really cool. And then they're going to talk about homesteading in the Midwest U.S., gardening, rabbits, chickens, canning, prepping, and simple life, cooking, and friendly talk. And Hugo Homestead, like I said, has been a dear friend for a long time, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Now over 800 subscribers. So hopefully we can push them towards the 900 I know they're thinking about. Shorts on this channel are coming out occasionally, but this creator has gotten into 1,500 and 1,600 views on a couple of them, and then live streams over here. So they've done a few live streams so far. I think there were more, actually. Is it a video that I keep thinking of? Maybe I was there for a premiere a long time ago. There's a video I keep thinking about on this channel. Hugo Homestead, hopefully everybody will connect with. And I see Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is coming in. We'll get them onto the wheel. They're doing a ton of live streaming. Take Two Drum Covers. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I didn't realize how long it had been. Forgive me for not already being connected, but I know I did that again today. And then let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel ready to go.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then, it's pointing to the source right now. Yeah, we'll see what happens when I spin. Go with the Flow Farm is up on the screen, and this creator is actually live right this second, but they're going to bring us a lot of outdoor content. So Go with the Flow Farm is somebody, I think they stream every day, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it seems that, it's not quite every day, almost every day though, they're streaming, and they give an opportunity for everybody to come in. They've got beautiful visuals and pleasing audio to go along with it. Everybody's free to make friends in the chat while they're on. And then they've got shorts over here, 4,000, 5,000, even 6,000 views coming up, and one over 10,000, which is great to see. And then videos on the channel, again, like I said, are fairly frequent also, with a mix of a lot of outdoor content, and then live streams. Hopefully everybody will connect with them and put that notification bell on so you have the best chance of catching them for one of those. Be Amazing Sylvia, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me, my dear friend. I know I have taken months and months and months to get your episode of the interview done. Be Amazing Sylvia is somebody who crossed her 10,000 subscribers a long time ago. I think it's been a year since she passed that. Her channel continues to grow right now. And in a little while, I'll play a clip from her channel, or from her interview, talking about her channel and talking about her experience going through a rapid growth, because her channel grew very rapidly in a bit of a different way, but she's always been doing things similar to what we do here, allowing people to connect with each other. Be Amazing Sylvia is somebody I've known, I believe, even almost since before Superchat started. Right at the beginning we had met. And hopefully everybody will connect with her. One of our longest standing members as well, but we'll hear from her shortly. And let me make sure I'm not making a mistake here. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is up on the screen. I mentioned the idea that this creator is going live frequently, so you can see this here. I think it's daily and sometimes multiple times a day, as a matter of fact. And now this is usually the creator, sometimes with a collaborator, as you can see. And Tampa's Creek Homestead and More. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. It's already been a couple of weeks. I've got notification bells on for every single channel, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They are working on 1,200 subscribers, and this is intended to be a grandmother and granddaughter duo. And we'll see what they're going to do on their homestead, living a simple country life, but they bring us into their life and into their home. They take us on the road as well. And they post, I believe, yes, cooking videos here as well, and shorts on the channel. Let's have a look at how these have done, getting into 6,000, 8,000, 13,000 on one of these, which is great to see. And Tampa's Creek Homestead and More has been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family. I think they've been with us a year now. It's probably longer than that. See if I can go back. Sometimes I figure that out by going back to the first video I watched 9 months ago, but I think they've been with us longer than that. I could be mistaken. But sometimes I like to recognize that. And then I Am Betty J Gathers is in the house, another beloved and dedicated moderator here. And Izzy Pop is also in the house. Forgive me, I know you were live right before I started and I didn't come in, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one soon. Joy Joseph, good to see you in the house. Forgive me for if I'm mistaken. I think this might be your first time here, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. And Izzy Pop is dropping a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. So we're actually going to look at that channel right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we will get back to spinning the wheel. I will add names to the wheel from our chat list again soon. And it's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Butler Family Farm is in the house. We'll get them onto the wheel. They happen to be a member.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
When we look at Izzy Pop, this creator's always been known for these elaborate banners, avatars, and thumbnails. And this creator's actually changed things up on the channel many times before. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got here and put that into my catch-up list. I keep talking about that. Now, they let us know on the channel they're going to be talking about graphics, banners, avatars, and more. When we read from the About section, they talk about digital art and the tools online that we can use. They'll help us with that as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,600, 1,700 views on a couple of newer ones. Their videos often feature animations with interesting music. They've started to mix things up a little bit more though. And then live streams on the channel. They're live frequently, usually several times a week. This is an example of what I was talking about. I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream today, I think I figured out why my red lines were not going all the way across. So Izzy Pop does live streaming, and what I must have done was be in the live stream and let it run to its end. When I left the computer and then came back, when I clicked to refresh the page, it starts at the beginning of the stream again, and then I click off and go somewhere else. But that's likely what's been happening. Whenever I see something like this, though, I'm going to put it into that catch-up list, and I'm going to rerun it just to make sure. Coastal Water, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Her and her husband are both generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. Most people here know Backlash Fisherman. M&J Metal, good to have you in the house. Kyle Vlogs is back as well. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. The shares definitely help. Thank you, Butler Family Farm. So for anybody that has the ability to share, I'll appreciate it. The algorithm is really something else. You see how difficult it is sometimes to find channels. And I know Izzy Pop's channel was dropped as a link when they dropped that super chat, but we'll do another one so everybody can get to them if you need to. When we have a short and popular name, it can suffer in the search results for a very long time. When Izzy Pop is live, the conversation can go anywhere, but they have got a vibrant and engaged community. And it's always fun hanging out in their live streams. And hopefully everybody will connect with them and catch one of those live streams several times a week. They're working on 1,900 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then I Am Betty J Gathers actually took over our stream boss position. I wasn't watching that, but that video game life meter under my camera there, every super chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure. And I Am Betty J Gathers dropped a highlighted milestone message. Those are free bonuses for anybody who's a member on a channel where those are enabled. And thank you one more time, Izzy Pop, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that a million times before. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And we're looking at Coastal Water. We never know how long it's going to take to get on the screen after our channel is put on the wheel. And that was one of the fastest. So Coastal Water, we are going to look at her channel. We'll look at her husband's channel in a second. They're never too far behind each other. In the last 8 years since I started on YouTube, the biggest complaint that I've gotten is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support us in our YouTube journey when we can find people online willing to do it easily. And I'll show you an example, and it's not that you want to throw people under the bus or anything like that. Your friends are your friends, but when not everybody is on YouTube, and certainly not all at the same time, and not everybody's interested in what we're doing here, and not everybody's interested in what we're doing in our channel. So we've got all that already going against us. And then you think about how much work it takes to get somebody to watch your channel. But I'll show you an example. So I've been on social media a long time. I don't have the most, people in the world. I'm not any heavy influence or anything like that, but I've got, I think, 1,300 people on Facebook or somewhere thereabouts. And you never hear that here in the Tuber Chat streams, except for the people who've connected with me on Facebook because of the Tuber Chat streams. You know what I mean? Lots of friends know or have seen posts, but like I said, it's not for everybody. If somebody doesn't have a YouTube channel, why are they going to come over here and watch this anyway? Most of us are doing content that can be entertaining to anyone, but obviously there's a different kind of channel. But I think it makes it extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members that are supporting each other wholeheartedly, like Coastal Water and Backlash Fisherman. As a matter of fact, I think, is it Panda's birthday today? That's an example. I just saw that on Facebook, I think today, or Instagram. Coastal Water is working on 1,800 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And they do a lot of cooking videos more than anything else. Once in a while, they'll take us out with the family or bring us an outdoor adventure, maybe even do the occasional unboxing video. But this creator's got a lot of shorts as well, and they've gotten into 2,500, 3,500, 10,000 views. And yeah, 8 today. Yes, Panda's 8. And we get a chance to get to know them and the whole family, as a matter of fact, in these live streams called Car Confessions, where Coastal Water will take us about her day. There's Panda in the background right there. And hopefully everybody will wish Panda a happy birthday. That was a really cute idea, and I saw it quickly at some point today when I was checking Facebook. And then Coastal Water has occasionally done cooking live streams as well, called Cooking with Coastal. She does these both as videos and live streams, as a matter of fact. Now, husband and wife in this case share responsibilities in the kitchen, which I think is a great thing. And Backlash Fisherman, they've actually got a couple more channels, but Backlash Fisherman has a channel of his own. And if we look at his live streams, we actually see a lot of Car Confession type live streams. So these two are always all over each other's channel, and there's Panda in the background again. Sometimes he'll do a hobby hangout collaborating with other creators, but it's actually fishing first on this channel, and this first responder will bring us fishing in all the different ways that you can. He's got shorts on the channel as well. Mostly we're going to see a lot of fishing here with a little bit of random content. Getting into 5,000 views now and 6,000 on one of them, which is great, 6,200 actually. Live streams are frequent, so he might be doing a few different things actually. He might be fishing, he might be doing a car confession, he might be doing cooking with Backlash, which I'm sure was inspired by his wife. He might be running a StreamYard panel of different types, collaborating with different creators, which is always a cool idea as well. Whenever you collaborate with anybody else in almost any way, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab a handful of their most supportive supporters. That's one thing I was forgetting to mention, like a detail. When people connect with you, if you were to be together with Backlash Fisherman on a live stream, let's just say, probably a handful, 3, 4, maybe even 5 or more of his best friends on YouTube, meaning supporters that are there all the time, are going to be the ones that connect with you, because he means so much to them that anybody he vouches for or welcomes into his channel must be good people, or, you know, however we want to look at that. That's the mentality. And there you go. Yeah, Coastal Water is at the fire department right now. Blessed to Crochet, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'll get them on the wheel and we'll spin, and we'll get another channel ready to go.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Canadian Family Life, we'll assume she's still awake. This is Tiffany, because I know she's had a long week and a long day to top it off. They are from New Brunswick, but they actually took a trip to Ontario, a little bit too far for me to be able to connect with them. But Canadian Family Life has had a very eventful few days. So Tiffany is actually bringing us a family channel, and the whole family gets involved in the channel. As a matter of fact, her husband Chris is featured here many times, but he's got a channel of his own called Chris's Creation Fun. Canadian Family Life does a lot of food bank grocery hauls and a lot of cooking and baking videos. And then this creator will also do unboxings. A lot of product reviews are becoming more frequent lately. She's done a lot of vlogging, and they have an impeccable container garden that I usually end up finding in one of these thumbnails, where you're able to see one of the tidiest and most well-kept container gardens that I've seen. And then Canadian Family Life has got shorts on the channel as well in New Brunswick here, featuring a mix of indoor and outdoor content, getting into 2,900, 4,500, and 5,600 views. I think that one might still be trickling in views. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Tiffany usually goes live once a month or two, something like that. But she's another creator who's so supportive to others that she can go live whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support coming into the chat. I literally run into her every day supporting different people in different live streams and premieres. And then Oki's Eden, yeah, if I ever get there, I'll let you know. And then Darlene's Garden and Home has an anniversary, which is quite an accomplishment as well. So congratulations for that. I'm always happy to hear stories like that. And then we'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. So what we'll do right now, though, we'll take a break. I promised we're going to play a clip from Be Amazing Sylvia. So maybe what we'll do is we'll have a look at her channel after we watch this clip, and then we'll go on a break for 3.5 minutes. Blessed Crochet will be next.
Okay, what I want to do is inform first and foremost. Anytime you make any type of video, you want to inform. You want to tell people a story. You want to show people a story. And when you show and you tell that story, you want to tell how that story affected you. And you want to tell your results.
Okay.
Because seeing is believing. And people want to see what I'm talking about, see what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to do. And basically, I'm going to make it into a mini series on all of the products I have tried and how they have affected me. So
wonderful. Yeah, that's going to be something else to look forward to, especially knowing that you're starting something new now with the experience that you've got. So this is a perfect opportunity for me then to bring you back to the beginning and say, what kind of change have you seen in yourself, in your channel, in your community and audience based on all the things you've done up to now?
When I first started, I was such a green thumb. I didn't know what I was doing. I was all over the place. I promise you, just making videos, rambling, and I look back at one of my first videos and was like, what in the world? You know, it was all kinds of bloopers and everything. And I wanted to be such a perfectionist at the beginning. But as I have walked on this journey, I realized people don't want perfectionists. People want real.
Yes.
So when I make a mistake in a video, can I leave it in there? I'll be like, oh, well, I didn't mean to do that, but y'all already know I got an old lady brain. And a lot of people who follow me realize that. They was like, Sylvia forgetting the heartbeat. Not will, because I'm so busy. And so y'all already know I got an old lady brain. So we're going to keep that right in there, because what you see is what you get when you visit me. So I've learned that's how I changed. I learned how to just roll with the flow, be genuine, be real, be factual.
Yes.
And I'm not afraid to try new things. I try new stuff all the time. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes it's a rock and roll. I did a short about 3 months ago. I think it's at 60,000 views right now.
Oh, goodness.
And I tried another one, that same genre, and it didn't work. That's all right. I'm gonna stay with it, because I think that it's a niche for me, but I just gotta work a little harder at it.
Right.
So don't be afraid to work hard. And if you get one no, people, remember the next one will be a yes.
There you go. Yes.
So when we look at Be Amazing Sylvia's channel, this is what I'm talking about. And you see she's closing in on 14,000 subscribers now. She's been a friend from the beginning. Now, Be Amazing Sylvia's always done a lot of variety on her channel, but she's always been motivating, inspiring. She'll even bring us spiritual inspiration on her channel as well. Pardon me. And then this creator I'm just going to grab her latest video, another cruise. Oh my dear goodness, I'm so jealous. And this creator actually brings variety, but she has always been helping people with their YouTube journeys in a similar way to what we do here. So when you catch her for live streams, including a special series, she will allow and encourage everybody to connect. It's actually meant for that. Now, you'll notice they connect in a different way, talking about shorts here, but it's not that there's a right way or wrong way to connect. We just keep doing things here in the Superchat family the same way we have for 5 and almost a half years now. Be Amazing Sylvia has been doing this that long, maybe even longer, as a matter of fact. So she's knowledgeable about all things YouTube. And then occasionally she'll do something a little bit different as a live stream. She's got tons of variety in her videos. She could be outdoors, she could be indoors, she could be giving us some YouTube motivation, she could be doing some unboxings or product reviews. She's got a business that she is running, helping people with weight loss. So you can reach out to her for that if that's something that you are thinking of. And then she's got shorts on her channel as well. Now, this is where a real growth spurt started for her channel. She hooked into a formula here with her daughter being a cheerleader. And some of these shorts videos have gotten into over 250,000 views. One of them at 681,000 and one over 750,000 views at 763,000. And she continues to post shorts today. Now, Be Amazing Sylvia has another channel that she started with her daughter called Sylvia's Daily Positivity. If we dig through the videos, we'll get a chance to hang out with both of them. And then Sylvia continues to bring inspiration or motivation, maybe even spiritual inspiration in some of the shorts here. So this channel's almost got 300 subscribers on it as well. But you can soon watch the full episode of Be Amazing Sylvia talking about how to get more than 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. I'm working on editing that live stream right now. It turned out to be a bit of a chore just because our internet connection was bad and the voice was all off, so I'm trying to match it all. But that's my excuse for now. We'll try to get it up as soon as we can. And in the meantime, hopefully everybody enjoyed that clip. Let's go for 3.5 minutes and we'll come right back. All right, we're just about back and looking at Blessed to Crochet. This is a creator that's going to talk a lot about crochet, but a lot about connection as well. And what we're really talking about is connecting between creators on their channel. So there's a lot of spiritual inspiration in a lot of the latest videos on the channel. But I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. It's perfect to connect with, actually, at 4 minutes 20 seconds. We always want to connect with videos that are at least 3 minutes or longer. And then let's look at shorts on this channel. We see this creator is posting more and more shorts now, but some of these have done really well. 9,000 and 10,000 views on a few of these. And then live streams are common on this channel. They seem to be live almost every day. And there's a lot of spiritual inspiration here, but a lot of times in live streams, the chat drives the conversation. You know, people come in, they ask questions of the host and things like that, and Blessed to Crochet's been doing this a long time. They're officially on the road to 2,000 subscribers and monetized, so we'd love to push them towards that next milestone. And then they've got another channel called Blessing Through Connection. And we'll see what they've got going on over here. It's live streams almost every day. They've got one video here, and this is something a little bit different. The Fall Fest giveaway. I see Gail Southern Living does a great job of hosting huge collaboration. She's been doing this for many years. She's been with us for about 4 or 5 years now. Good to see you involved in that. Shorts on this channel usually feature shout outs for creators who have been to the live streams. And then these live streams, like I said, are, I was going to say daily, but they're actually weekly now, it looks like. Pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, with the idea of people trickling in and out and connecting while they're there. So you'll definitely meet more friends on this channel. They're working on 300 subscribers right now with 266. And then we'll spin the wheel. Timmy the Racing channel is coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
I'll have to reach out to Gail and ask. I'm going to make a note here. How many people are involved this time? Because she had, I think, 69 creators or almost 70 creators in the first one. That was Fall Fest 22, if I'm not mistaken. But she has a handful of channels and connects with tons of people. She sent us many friends over the years. Timmy the Racing channel up on the screen right now is an enthusiastic creator who is probably responsible for us gaining hundreds of thumbs up on this channel's live streams because of their friendly and energetic reminders, which I appreciate, of course. Those thumbs up are important, so I'll appreciate that from everyone. And shares, too, more than anything else these days. And then Timmy the Racing channel is going to bring us a lot of speed, as we would expect, and then some spiritual inspiration as well, which is always nice to see. I'm happy to see positivity. So Timmy the Racing channel working on 300 subscribers right now. Hopefully we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes says at least 35 channels so far for this year's edition, but they do it every year. Gail Southern Living gets a lot of people involved in a lot of different things, as a matter of fact. And then Matthew's Bushcraft is coming up. This is actually going to be the channel featured at the beginning of next episode, which is going to be on Sunday. And what I mentioned, the idea of a featured channel, it just really means the channel that we're speaking of first. But it's somebody that I've noticed has had impact either on these live streams or out in the Tuber Chat community and other people's channels, other people's chats and things like that. Matthew's Bushcraft obviously is a young creator. They are teaching survival skills that anybody of all ages can learn. And this creator is very much focused on the outdoors. As you can see, they're actually part of a big family expedition. Most of us recognize that channel. So this creator has been with us, and their support has increased. Now, I don't expect anybody to be here for any amount of time, especially like and including our moderators. I really appreciate every moment everybody can be here, but I don't. I hope nobody ever feels it's expected. You know, I know people have different things to do. The whole reason that we don't have a schedule on this channel is really because I have to mix things up myself between work and family and other things. It happens to work here. But, you know, we all do as much as we can, but hopefully nobody expects any more than that from anybody. We don't want to feel pressure because you know, we see this channel's doing fine. But the reason why I mention this is because Matthew's Bushcraft, especially lately, has been spending just about the whole live stream here. You got to hand it to somebody who can spend 3 hours in Tuber Chat, and especially as a younger creator, when a lot of people are complaining like, you know, oh, all you do is play video games all day, you got to get outdoors and this and that. So this creator's likely doing a mix of all of those things, but plenty of outdoor activity for this creator. And then it's great to see them using their powers for good on YouTube as well to teach others. So I'll be happy to feature their channel in a few days here. But Matthew's Bushcraft has been a long time friend. And I'm not 100% sure about this. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times. But I'm unsure as to whether Matthew's Bushcraft, I think, found Tuber Chat first and then brought the whole family in with the big family expedition channel. Or if it was the other way around. But either way, I appreciate the support from this creator. Hopefully everybody will go and get some of that support coming to you as well. Happy Mac, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we'll look at their channel right this second.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then forgive me, Happy Mac, I must have forgotten that there's not content just yet on the channel. But we're ready for you when you do have it. You see I'm subscribed, got the notification bell on. They're actually almost at 100 subscribers already, which is great to see as well. But Happy Mac's been with us a long time as a supporter, and I really do appreciate that extra that extra generous support. Yeah, forgive me, it's just habit for me to put everybody on the screen right away, especially with a super chat. But thank you for that. I will try to remember, but we'll be ready for you if you do put content out. And then Corinne Pierce is up on the screen right now. This is another longtime dear friend and one of our first original moderators on the channel. She's been with us for over 5 years now. Corinne Pierce is somebody who's changed the channel a few times actually, but she does a lot of variety over here. So it basically brings us everything that goes on in her life. Now, she might be outdoors for a trip or adventure. She might be cleaning or cooking in her home. She might be doing a haul or unboxing video or a product review. Or most often what you're going to find is this creator making merchandise, like actually the mug that I use every day in Tuber Chat. She makes hats, mugs, and vinyl stickers and Christmas ornaments and just about anything that can be printed, let's just say. And she's gotten busier and busier over the years, as a matter of fact. I see a lot of what she's making on Facebook and everywhere else. But this creator will also bring us a look behind the scenes at how she creates a lot of her merchandise. I'll show you something interesting. See in this roll over here, she's got a scale right there. Now, she must have got that from Temu, and forgive me if I'm mistaken. We'll go over and watch a video at some point and see. I'm going to put it in my catch-up list right now. But I have done a lot of eBay work in the past. I've literally listed 2,000 things and shipped 1,000 packages on eBay. Not for myself. I was working for somebody who had a store, and I was helping with that for a long time. So I understand. And when you go to weigh your packages, when you're going to sell them or ship them, one of the things that people may not realize is you can use a simple food scale to measure if you know how to read the different measurements and do conversions from American to Canadian or whatever you have to do, metric to imperial and everything else. But it's actually fairly simple. So here in Canada, a food scale is barely going to cost you $20, where if you buy a shipping scale, it can be $250 and up, which is not necessary in my opinion, especially when it's for smaller things. But Corinne Pierce seems to have something like that in her hand right there. We'll wait until we see the video to confirm that. Corinne Pierce as well brings a lot of variety into shorts videos, as we would expect, but some of these have done really well. 18,000, 79,000. This one still gets views. It's going to be our most popular one soon. 77,000 on another one. And even through the shorts, between the variety, you might see some of the things that she makes, and then she brings us live streams where we get to watch her work on that merchandise and other ideas as well. And like I said, she's gotten busier and busier over the years. So she's got things like Cricut machines and mug press and t-shirt press and all that stuff for us to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator, and it's great to know that we've got somebody in the Superchat family that we can rely on as a resource when it's time to think about merchandise for our channels and businesses as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Corinne Pierce. I'm going to spin the wheel, but I'm going to have to get another couple of names onto the wheel as well. And like I said, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Corinne Pierce is doing a lot of candles and waxes now, which will be interesting to see. Be Amazing Sylvia we saw already, so we're one channel ahead. And then A Simple Family Lifestyle will get onto the wheel. Butler Family Farm is coming up right now. They have long past their 100,000 subscribers now. And I'll tell you the story about that when we start talking about their channel in a second.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Style with Marcini is coming up on the wheel with Fuzzy Adventures and more. Then I'll get some more names as we need them. Butler Family Farm is Jerry and Susan. They have 116 acres of farmland to share with us. They bring us all around the farm. They show us all of the livestock. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and bees, along with visitors. They do a lot of meetups with other creators, both large and small. And Butler Family Farm will bring us around the farm. They'll bring us into their home. They'll bring us into the shop where Jerry does a lot of extremely impressive woodwork. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got here. They took a cruise, and forgive me because I haven't been through all these yet, Jerry, but they took a cruise. We were talking about this for about a year and a half, a project called Cruise in Alaska that included Rambling with the Brooms and Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, where they went to Alaska for a week from Seattle. And Butler Family Farm has brought us a lot of footage from that cruise and a couple of live streams as well. Now, Butler Family Farm also has got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 10,000, 12,000 views, one at 53,000. And a long time past now, many months ago, Jerry let me know he was using the YouTube promotion system in the YouTube studio to push the channel really hard. So this channel went from just under 10,000 subscribers to over 110,000 in just a few months. So we see the effect that that has. And then Jerry said he'll share information with anybody that's curious about it. Then we've got live streams on the channel. Now, Jerry and Susan are live every Monday at 7:30, quarter to 7 Eastern, quarter to 7 Eastern. And if they're out, they will bring us a live stream from the road, like when they went for the cruise, or if they're in Seattle right afterwards. Otherwise, they're in their home, and sometimes they do StreamYard panels as well, where we'll be able to meet more friends and family members for our own channel. So they usually set these up far in advance, and whenever they head out for a lot of really large meetups, like these Ozark meetups or the Mid-America meetup, they'll live stream from those as well, which is really, really cool. And Butler Family Farm, is it a year that you've been using the promotion system? I for whatever reason, I thought it was just from the beginning of the summer. I keep saying that all the time. So I must be mistaken. They might have spent a year doing that. Relic Rat, recovering artifacts together. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully you're feeling welcome.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then, yeah, Jerry, forgive me for that. I must have not realized, because I feel like I've been saying it in just about every stream. Oh, did Joe go on the cruise as well? Happy Mac is asking from Grow Big TV and Garden State Gardener. In all this time, I haven't known that yet. Buying Space is in the house. Good to see you here. I Am Betty J. Gathers is coming up. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator and a member. Buying Space is also a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Cruising on the High Season Travel has been added, and then we'll get back to adding names to the wheel as we need them. I usually do it when we get down to 5 or 6 names. And then Ace Flaw 1, Andy, is in the house. And then, oh, that's too bad, yeah. I'm sure everybody would have liked to connect with Garden State Gardener, but hopefully there'll be another opportunity, and we'll see if everybody's going to do more of those. Drunken Chef Barbecue, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's Maciel Family Adventures with a original channel. They've got 2 that I know of. And then Kyle Vlogs is going to be going on a cruise soon as well. I Am Betty J. Gathers. Up on the screen is a creator that is going to give us a lot of motivation and inspiration, especially when we think about healthy living. Essentially, she's living her best life over 60, and she does a lot of vlogging. So she brings us into her life, into her home. She brings us out on the road, and she's always smiling, always laughing. You can see she's a truly dynamic host and creator. I Am Betty J. Gathers is going to bring us a lot of shorts videos. As a matter of fact, she's been known to do 365 in a row, and she continues shorts frequently right now. The interesting thing to see is that this creator's got 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, and 10,000 views on some of the shorts that feature herself, which is great to see and not always common. And then a couple of other ones here at 13,000 and 15,000, which is also great to see. She's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And she is well over 3,000 subscribers, which has to be exciting because she knows I keep talking about 3,000 as being a very telling marker after all we've been through in the last 5 years here. What I've seen is that any creators that manage to get to 3,000 100% organically, I would absolutely bet that they could have 10,000 easily if they want to. It takes time, but you know what I mean. The only reason 100,000 or 1,000,000 becomes questionable is because we don't know what YouTube is going to look like in the next few years. We don't know what the world's going to look like in the next few years, and it can take a few years to get there. Not always, but you know what I mean. I Am Betty J. Gathers has brought a ton of guests on the channel. I've actually been with her in a interview in her last series that was inspired by Crystal Sparkle. We got a chance to talk about YouTube and moderators and our friendship over the years. She's been with us from the beginning, five years now of friendship. And hopefully everybody will connect with I Am Betty J. Gathers, because you'll see she'll introduce us to a lot of friends in her live stream. She does a great job of keeping up with the chat, of course. And like I mentioned a couple of times probably today, the chat often drives conversation in a live stream, even if it starts with a theme. But whether or not she's got a friend like Trish the Natural or Crystal Sparkle or any of dozens of other creators that I think have been on her channel, you know that she'll do a great job of keeping up, and everybody can Q&A as much as they want as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with I Am Betty J Gathers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the 3,200 subscribers we know they're thinking about. And then Maciel Family Adventures is dropping a super chat. So thank you for the extra generous support. They've done that many times before. I'll show you both of their channels right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
A lot of times we see people come into the chat. They can be brand new, and often we see the same sentences that are mentioned in the chat. So that's just a little bit of a hint, especially for the moderators, but you know what I mean. And whenever we see something that looks a little bit obscure, what I like to think is if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it probably is. We're very lucky here not to have a lot of trolling, knock on wood, of course, but the 20-minute time limit helps. Our experienced moderators help. And a lot of the language that I use here when I talk about generosity, when I talk about spirituality and things like that, those kind of words can really scare off people who have bad intentions, let's just say. But we know that Tuber Chat is not for everybody. It might be interesting to know. I haven't looked at the analytics for a while, but for a while there, half of the people who ever clicked on a Tuber Chat live stream for the first time actually never stayed, which is an interesting idea because I said it at the beginning of the stream, only the 1% can be the 1%. Not everybody is going to have the same views that we do about generosity, connecting with others, and the idea of doing more for others than we expect, let's just say. Now, Maciel Family Adventures is somebody who's been with us for years as well. Most people know this creator as Drunken Chef Barbecue because they're out supporting people all the time. But this is a second channel that they've started with a bit more family focus. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. I know it's been a while. They're at 262 subscribers right now, so we'd like to push them a little bit farther towards the 300 that they're thinking about. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,400, 1,800, 2,600 views, which is interesting to see with a lot of variety there, and then live streams on the channel as well. And this creator is going to bring us a lot of cooking because of their original channel. I see they're doing StreamYard panels as well. And then oh, Relic Rat recovering artifacts together. I see that you've got a channel. I usually take a quick peek in the background. I've got another monitor over here. But over the last month to month and a half, almost 2 months, since the beginning of August, really, we've seen some changes in the algorithm. And had somebody come in last week that I think is an old friend that tends to say the same thing again and again. When Kyle Vlogs ask about going on a cruise, I think that question is meant for the chat, so anybody can feel free to answer that. Me personally, I worked on a cruise ship for one summer a million years ago, and it was a lot of fun. I happened to be the DJ at the time, so if I was to go on a cruise today, I think I would probably be out late. That's my favorite thing to do on a cruise. Drunken Chef Barbecue is the original channel from this creator with over 1,700 subscribers here. So we're going to see a lot of delicious looking content on this channel, as you'd expect from the name. They're monetized over here. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Videos here are occasional. They've got shorts on the channel as well that have gotten, pardon me, into 6,000, 10,000, one at 17,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Look at those thumbnails, my dear goodness. And this creator is incredibly supportive. I can't tell you how many millions of times it feels like I've run into them in other people's premieres and live streams during the chats, let's just say. And it's always good and heartwarming to see everybody out supporting each other. Yadira, good to see you in the house. Tim Mitchell is here, and we'll get them onto the wheel right now. And Drunken Chef Barbecue, Maciel Family Adventures, thank you for another super chat. He's done that many times before, and I really do appreciate that, of course. And then Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, another fellow Canadian, is going to be coming up next. So what we're going to do right now, we'll take another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. These are all creators who have been friends of ours for many years, at least 2 years, some of them 3, 4, and even 5 years, if you can imagine that. They've been through and are going through all the same things that we are here. The only exception is the fact that they have all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last it was, I think, your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back. Yeah. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks wise, that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do say a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're going to go for 3.5 minutes and come right back. All right, we're just about back, and I see Katie's Kitchen coming in. I added a couple of names to the wheel. And Darlene's Garden and More and Joy Joseph have both been added. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, but I add names to the wheel from the chat list based on who's been most actively engaged over the course of the stream. And then Cruising on the High Seas and Travel has a new live stream coming up starting this Sunday. So we'll be looking forward to that. He's a fellow Canadian. What he brings us is a lot of travel and cruising content when he can. In the meantime, what he also brings us are food reviews, usually from some of the most popular restaurants and takeout food places. I recognize most of what I see here because he's only a few hours away from me. We haven't met up yet, but I'm sure we will at some point. but you can see that he's giving us reviews of a lot of the featured dishes or items that come from these restaurants and takeout food places. He posts frequently, and he's got a lot of shorts on the channel that have now gotten into 1,800 and 2,400 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Rob is involved in a lot of StreamYard panels, so I'll be looking forward to seeing what he's got coming up on Sunday. Hopefully I'll catch it. I should be able to. YouTuber chat will be on later that day. And then you can see he's got a lot of different StreamYard panels, a lot of different friends and ideas. As a matter of fact, we're on a live stream together. I haven't done as many panels lately as I thought I'd be doing, but we did one, and Scotty J Travels and Cruising is Fun Anytime hosted a panel of 10 of us that were all together, and it was a really good time. So I was happy to be on there with Rob. And then Cruising on the High Seas and Travels working on 1,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is going from Tampa in a month from now. That'll be very exciting. And then Tim Mitchell has dropped a handful of gifted memberships. He's done that many times before, dozens of times, countless times. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course. I know all our recipients will be happy to have those. Vintage Style by Joe might still be here, as a matter of fact, and then a few other regular entrants in our streams. Oh, and then Kyle Vlogs. So I was on a cruise ship in 1996 for Celebrity. It was called the MV Zenith. And I was working at a radio station here in Toronto called Z103, which is still there. Actually, I worked in a few radio stations in Toronto at the time. Or after, I started at the time and continued after. Broke but Bountifully Blessed Carol is still here. I'm going to put them on the wheel. There's Vintage Style by Joe. Now I'm going to have to move it. We got quite a few members in the house, and I did add a couple of names earlier. So Katie's Kitchen is eating ice cream. You know what I watched from Rockin' Coach Jamie today? That was the featured channel, so I watched a couple videos before we started. I always do that, right? I always try to watch at least a couple or a few videos from the featured channel just to catch anything I might have missed. And Rockin' Coach Jamie was making keto-friendly ice cream in the video that I watched with a special Ninja ice cream maker. And then, yeah, Rob knows Z103. I used to work there probably for 8 years, and then on and off for Virgin Radio and Kiss 92 in Toronto as well, and a couple of others. Tim Mitchell, up on the screen right now, actually produces videos for 3 different channels. This is his own, and he's starting to put content on this channel, usually on the road, actually. A lot of outdoor content here. This creator's got some shorts. These have started to really do well, getting into 1,600 views, 1,800 views on another one. They're still moving. And then live streams on this channel as well. This creator is usually live from the road. I haven't had an early afternoon yet. I haven't been home early. Tomorrow I hopefully will be. I don't know if you're going to be on. But I've been able to catch him for a few of these. And then Tim Mitchell's able to keep up with the chat while he's on the road. He's got 309 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards the 400 we know he's thinking about. I don't know what on earth I was thinking. I don't know if you saw my message, Tim Mitchell. I sent you a message on, I think, Instagram. And then I deleted it after because I said to myself, I was probably sounding ridiculous because it was 3 p.m. for me on Sunday. And I was like, are you on in like half an hour? And then I realized, no, wait a second. It's the opposite. It's going to be later for me. It's going to be 9 p.m. But I was lucky because I managed to catch that. Live stream on Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. I'll show that channel to you now. This is one of the 2 other channels that I know of that Tim Mitchell produces videos for. And that's right, yeah, Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. I was working at Club Menage, I think during my time at Z103. I quit that station like 4 times and got fired once, not in that order. That's why I worked there for 8 years. I usually quit every 2 years, but it was on and off. But I worked at Club Menage, which was kind of down the street from lot 332 as well, yeah. And way back Wednesday started with that. They started a new one, and our friend Stevie P was playing there on Wednesday, last night, at Aqua Supper Club, which is over by where Ontario Place was. So forgive us, that's all Canadian talk, because I grew up in Toronto and Rob's right around the corner from there. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is up on the screen right now with 616 subscribers, and this creator is going to help us navigate the kitchen. They're going to make a lot of interesting dishes and meals, and then they're going to help us understand a lot of the cookware, bakeware, and appliances we're going to find in the kitchen. They've got a glorious wheel behind them. You see the colorful wheel that we're all familiar with there? That is the Wheel of Misfortune, and I'll head over to the live streams in a second so you can see what that is. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,200 views, 1,300 on another one, and those are some of the newer ones. And then they've got live streams, so they're live every Sunday on this channel at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune is something where viewers are able to add ingredients to the wheel. The wheel will spin several times, and Chef Sivi, the creator behind the channel, has to make whatever comes up. So it makes for some really interesting combinations, to say the least. And then if you look at this channel, you notice I mentioned the connection with Tim Mitchell, but if you dig through the videos here, it was only a month ago, 2 months now, sorry, 2 months ago, they put a video up talking about how they met. And they're always never too far behind each other, of course, but you know, it's just a 10-minute video, not quite. And I always like watching videos with stories like that. And then they've got another channel called the Official Off-Topic Squirrel. And this is more like complimentary content where we get to know Chef Sivi a little bit more. So they could be in the kitchen, or they could be out on an adventure like bowling. That was an interesting story too. I worked at a bowling alley as one of my first full-time jobs. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,000 views on one of them, which is great to see. More bowling here and other outdoor adventures mostly. And then live streams on the channel. This one's live once a month, and they're usually playing Cards Against Humanity or a variation of it. And then just over 100 subscribers, which is great to see. Hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards the 200 they're going to be thinking about. Westy is in the house, and I will get their channel on the wheel. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster through channels now, because we're just down to the last almost half hour, a little bit longer. We'll get to as many channels as possible. And then yeah, whenever we're leaving comments for people on their videos, I hope everybody is leaving 3 or 4 sentences, so that your comment will really stand out, right? We never want to say we're leaving a package if we're not leaving a comment on a video, but if we are, and then for everybody who's going to look for them, we just want to make sure they're not held for review, because a lot of times people here will say things that are similar, and that causes the algorithm to hold a bunch of stuff. You're not allowed to subscribe to somebody's channel just because they subscribe to you. That's called sub for sub behavior. So we're not here for that. We're here to build friendships with other creators, and subscribing to each other's channels is a part of it, so that we can be there to support each other's content. And then bowling is a super fun activity. And we see a few people live stream. The Jay Jordan, I think, is part of a league, so he goes occasionally. And there you go. Squirrel goes live the first Saturday of the month at 9 p.m. Eastern. And thank you again, Tim Mitchell, for those gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Like I said, he's done that countless times before. By now, I think it's dozens of times. And then I may not know DJ A, cruising on the high seas and travel. I wonder if you're talking about A-Track. A-Track is a Canadian who I believe won the DMC championships many years ago. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then Westy, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. We'll put your channel up next, because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. A Simple Family Lifestyle 2 is a second channel from A Simple Family Lifestyle. Now, I usually don't subscribe, but I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. I'm going to take their video, and I'm going to show you a little trick here, and then I'm going to put it into a playlist. So I'm just going to click on it. I'm not going to run it, but what I'm going to do is go into my URL in the address bar of the browser and change the word shorts to the word watch, and you'll see what happens. It turns this video into a traditional looking video player, let's just say, and then it's got all the same controls we're familiar with, and I can save this video into my watch later list, and then I'll make sure that that gets watched after the stream today. And then I'm going to put A Simple Family Lifestyle up, and we'll see what they've got going on here. I see my friend Gloria's Platter coming in. She's been with us for about 5 years as well. She makes delicious looking content on her channel. A Simple Family Lifestyle is closing in on 2,000 subscribers, which is great to see. They've got a lot of vlogging on their channel, more delicious looking content here. They'll give you more information on their about section, and it looks like some spiritual inspiration and positivity here. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,600, 2,000 views, 2,500, 3,700. Some of these are really moving even still today. And then they've got live streams with a lot of pleasing audio and visuals. Everybody's welcome, I'm sure, to connect with each other when people trickle in and out of those streams. So we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And pardon me, I'm supposed to put Westy up. We'll get Westy up here right now. They dropped a super chat, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters up right away. Tim Mitchell we just saw, so we're one channel ahead. I'll spin the wheel. We'll use coming up next. Westy's going to bring us a lot of video gameplay. They've got 179 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. And they mix up the gameplay by the look of it, and I'm still getting to know the channel. I'll take another piece of content here, and I'll put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to watch another gameplay video. They've got some shorts here. Shorts sometimes do really well for gamers, because when you think about how video games work, almost every single game has exciting things that happen, positive or negative, throughout the game, which lends itself perfect to TikTok videos or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. So here, they're already doing well. They've got 2,600 views on one, 9,300 views on another one, and then they've got live streams on the channel as well. I was lucky to catch them a few days ago. And oh, this is the one where we were talking about skating. I can't believe how many days have already gone by. We're talking about the fact that I was talking about the fact in the chat that my son and I played a lot of Tony Hawk when he was growing up. So we had PlayStation 2, and I always loved Grand Theft Auto and this and that, but we played a lot of video games. But one of his favorite was skateboarding, and I'm hoping that skateboarding is going to come into Grand Theft Auto 6. So we'll see if that's possible, because you know that game is going to be truly legendary. Every Grand Theft Auto is. And I'm looking forward to spending an unreasonable amount of money with that company, because every time Grand Theft Auto comes up, then it's special editions all around. My son will need one, my nephew will need one, I will want one, and my niece might even be into that as well by now. Vintage Style by Joe is up on the screen. We'll see what they got going on.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then it should be Scratch and PPA. And then we should place bets on how much it's going to cost when it comes out. Because it's got to be 100 Canadian dollars. My guess it'll be 100 American, but I'm unsure. Westy, thank you for the super chat again, by the way. It'll go towards the Grand Theft Auto Fund. And then Timmy the Racing Channel says their favorite was Miss Pac-Man. I've learned a lot about these video games. Not that I know any more than anybody else, but Miss Pac-Man had a lot of licensing issues. So it's something that you don't always find even in classic arcade machines. But I keep forgetting about something I got many years ago when I was doing some DJing at another place and some way back playback stuff, we like to call it. Lots of 90s music, let's just say. And I have one of those cocktail tables where you sit down and you play games together, and it's got like 60 games in it. It's not an official one, it's a bootleg one, but still expensive. And I put it in an ice cream shop, and it's about half paid off, actually, for all the gaming people were doing with that. But it's got like Pac-Man and Galaga and Dig Dug and a bunch of other games as well. Vintage Style by Joe is up on the screen right now. This is another creator who's with us frequently, pretty much for every stream. I appreciate that, of course. I certainly don't expect it. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Vintage Style by Joe is working on 2,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And this creator is making a lot of vibrant and colorful things. I talked about quilting a lot with this channel because I've seen a lot of quilting ideas on the channel. This is so funny because they've got a thumbnail here. I almost feel like that is made for me because I talk so much about this creator making things with scraps of materials and fabrics. That's what I started seeing on the channel when I first started watching Vintage Style by Joe. She came into the Tuber Chat family. Is it 6 months by now? It feels like a little bit longer than that. Soon, I guess, we'll be coming up on a year, but about that long, I suppose. And she makes vibrant, colorful things for around the home. In my opinion, a lot of things that are not traditional, but she makes traditional things as well. She made a beautiful pillow that I was going crazy over the other day. And there's a quilt here. Now, she does a lot of things that also, when we think about quilting, I always think about squares when it comes to quilting, except for now we've got a lot of friends that are doing a lot of quilting on their channels, and we're starting to learn that there's other patterns. It doesn't have to be squares, doesn't have to be triangles. You know, there's lots of other things you can do. But when Vintage Style by Joe put this together, 500 triangles. Can you imagine cutting that out? Now, she's got sewing machines and other ideas here, but she makes a lot of really interesting things, and she's trying to get a jump on some of the search that will be happening in the next few months. You notice she's put a lot of Christmas videos out. She's working on a lot of fall or autumn videos right now. And here in Canada, the trees are starting to change. It's only going to be another week before they're fully yellow, orange, and red. A lot of the maple trees and things like that. It's what Canada's probably known for. And yeah, Tim Mitchell, I spent all my allowance money in the arcades. I was lucky enough to be, you know, right at the right age just when those were there, and just at an age where my parents would let me go by myself, let's say. And every variety store seemed to have a couple of video games in the back. One of these days, I still expect to buy a real Pac-Man machine. Let's just say it doesn't have to be Pac-Man, but an arcade cabinet. But the real ones, the licensed ones that still accept quarters or loonies or toonies or whatever, are almost 5,000 Canadian dollars. So definitely over 3,000 American, closer to 3,500 probably. SK Sports Talk, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, all of our friends in the northern states will likely have those trees changing color and everything for autumn as well. That's half the reason why I put the maple leaves in the chat right now, because you get different colored maple leaves. That's for our autumn theme, let's say. Nez Lover, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Vintage Style by Joe, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She's got shorts over here. These have gotten into 1,300, 1,500, even 2,600 on a couple of these with the sewing machine. And then live streams on the channel as well. And I've been lucky to catch her for several of these. Now, sometimes she does these live auctions that are actually fundraisers. So I was happy to catch, I didn't realize I catch a couple of those, but I caught one for sure because I made a point to be there for that. But I've seen her in several live streams. She does a great job of keeping up with the chat as well. You can see she's a dynamic host. This is exactly what it's like to be in one of her live streams, this rollover right here. And then she's got another couple coming up, one tomorrow and then one later next month. And like I said, 2,600 subscribers. I'm going to get Nez Lover onto the wheel. And I will, pardon me, spin.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Katie's Kitchen is coming up. Yeah, forgive me, Gloria's Platter. I didn't see what you're talking about there. I just try to scan back at it right now. I see Pete's answering the questions there. What I always find is whenever there's any kind of a glitch on YouTube, if that's what it happens to be, if we're trying to upload or trying to do something and it's not working, it's really frustrating because I know when you're in motivated mode and it's time to be doing the things you want to do, you're excited and ready to go, and then tomorrow you might not feel the same way, but usually just have to give it a day and then it ends up working, or a few hours later and things like that. And Katie's Kitchen is up on the screen right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They do a lot of food bank, grocery hauls, and cooking videos as well. They just put up a brand new video here, and this creator posts occasionally. Then they've got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 6,700 views and 8,300 on another one, featuring some more variety here, but some more cooking videos. And then live streams on the channel as well. These can involve a StreamYard panel or a video game of different types. They mix things up over here, and Katie's Kitchen is here with us frequently, and I see them out supporting other people. They've got some more channels as well, but I know them best from Katie's Kitchen. Their handle is Katie's in the Kitchen, so I'll put that in the chat because Katie's Kitchen is a popular name. There's many channels with names that are the same or similar. Scotty J Travels, forgive me, I may not have said hello earlier when you came in, but it's good to have you here. I've got you on the wheel because you happen to be a member. That's the Scotty J Travels that I was talking about earlier when I said that Rob and I from Cruising on the High Season Travel were on a panel together not too long ago. Think Dragon, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And look at that, Scotty J Travels. The wheel chose you as soon as I mentioned that. And we'll see what Scotty J Travels has got going on. They're going to bring cruising the world one port at a time. Lots of travel talk and lots of cruising as well. So I'm fully jealous. Carnival Valor. Oh, goodness. They must be on a cruise right now, as a matter of fact. And forgive me for not already knowing that. I'm just going to take the latest video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. They posted the video yesterday, which makes me think that they might have done it while they were there. I don't know what it's like to have to do that yet. The internet wasn't even much of a consideration back in 1996. High speed was barely becoming mainstream around Toronto. I probably wouldn't have even had it yet. I probably got... I can't remember for the life of me when I got high-speed internet, but I'll bet it was that year. I'll bet it was that fall that I would have gotten it... because I remember dial-up before that, and sometime around 95, 96 was when it went, started to get more popular. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,700 views, 4,500 on another one. That one's probably still moving here, and they're going to bring us a lot more travel content, obviously. You can see this as a dynamic host. This is the Scotty J Travels that I said hosted with Jeremy and Cheryl from Cruising is Fun Anytime, the panel that we were on a while ago. 436 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 500 we know they're thinking about. They've got plenty of live streams here as well, and they seem to be on several days a week with lots of friends, even familiar faces on their StreamYard panels. There's Eddie Lugo Studios and Jeremy from Hats on a Mission. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Scotty J Travels, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Yeah, Timmy the Racing Channel. I was on AOL and CompuServe, actually. I got CompuServe first, and then my sister got AOL, and then I wanted both. And I used to always work, so I always had at least enough money for that stuff. No more money than anybody else, but I did have a lot of part-time jobs, and I did everything from paper routes to working in a banquet hall and shoveling snow, mowing lawns, and landscaping and all that wonderful stuff. Oh, maybe something's up then, yeah. Kyle Vlogs, because Gloria's Platter might have said something like that. Oh, the ship is all metal, so that makes it hard to stream. That makes sense, Butler Family Farm. Yeah, I promise you. I'm going to, the day I get a chance to go on a cruise, maybe as early as next year, but I'm not sure. It's not just about money. I've got a new job and I can't take time off. But after next summer, I'll have time. And then I'd love to go on a cruise because I haven't been since then. But I will be asking all of our cruising friends about what to do about the internet, and I'll be happy to even get a Starlink if I have to and carry the thing around. I know it won't help on the lower decks, but at least on the top. Butler Family Farm's going to take the stream boss away from I Am Betty J Gathers. Thank you for the super chat, Butler Family Farm. We've seen their channel today already, but I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Style with Mercenary is here, and this is a creator that I didn't realize I wasn't already connected to. I don't think we've had them on the screen yet before. I would have been subscribed if we did. So their videos are quite short, and what we often say is even though we're focused on videos that are 3 minutes or longer, my recommendation is for everybody just to watch all 3 of these, because it's the same, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes that it would have been. So I'm going to take one of them and put it in my watch later list. I'm going to take 2 more and put them in my catch up list. What that will do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch the one video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment, thumbs up, and put the notification bell on like I do for all channels. The other 2 will be run or watched in my catch-up playlist, and that will show YouTube that I cared so much about this creator's content, I went back for seconds and even thirds already, and then they've got plenty of shorts on their channel as well, and these are doing really well, featuring the creator herself at 3,100, 5,300, even 7,900 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. And yeah, the cruise ships are going to have to figure out what to do about internet. I'm sure Verizon and T-Mobile and everybody are on it, or whoever else is going to do things. I'm surprised that Starlink hasn't gone in there and said we want to take over the whole cruising thing and put sponsored internet, because I'm not sure how this works for Android, because I've been an iPhone guy for a long time, but when you go onto a sponsored public Wi-Fi, often what will happen is a page comes up that you have to see, because you have to click agree to the terms and services, and they can put advertisements on those in a lot of cases. I'm sure that's possible. Target Prime Rib, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Darlene's Garden and Home is in the house. Thank you again, Butler Family Farm, for taking over the stream boss. What we were talking about is that video game life meter you see under my camera here. Every Super Chat of membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. Highlighted milestone messages work on it too. And the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure. And Butler Family Farms held that position many times before. But I certainly do appreciate the Super Chat, and everybody can see the benefit, I'm sure, of having that kind of thing in your live stream. Darlene's Garden and Home is up on the screen for the first time as well. So this is a brand new channel up on the screen. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, so I'm going to take one of your latest videos here and put it in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do again is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then Joy Joseph is coming up right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Joy Joseph also seems to be a popular name for a channel. So let me see if I can find our Joy Joseph in the chat. Hopefully. And then Joy Joseph, if you're here, just please say anything at all in the chat and I'll be able to get to your link easily or quickly. It might have been a while. I do a check almost every time we go on those breaks. I might not be I'm easily able to get to them. I know they have all capital letters, and it looks like an extra space between the two. Forgive me, I know I'm probably making everybody's eyes crazy skipping through like this so fast. Joy Joseph, there you are. And they've got their handle in the chat, so anybody could search for them that way if you need to. So they got 81 subscribers right now. And again, this is a channel I'm not already subscribed to. So because it's all shorts, my recommendation is to go through more than one, like maybe even 3, let's say. And I only ever mention the minimums here, but I'm going to grab one of your latest ones. I'll show you that trick again. I'll just pause on this and change my word shorts in the URL here to the word watch, and it flips the video into a standard player. And then I can easily, oh, look at this, ask. So we got an AI feature going on there. And then I'm going to put this video into my watch later list. And then I'm going to go back to the channel and I'm going to do it with a second video. And I'll do the same thing. I'll put this in my catch-up list. It's another playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. It's just got a fun name. And that will show YouTube I already went back for seconds. So I'll do that after the stream today, and then that should make our connection stick, along with the fact that I'll leave you a comment, I'll give you a thumbs up, and I'll put the notification bell on as I do for all creators while I subscribe, and then hopefully have our notification bell on as well. And I know I mentioned it already, but we're usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times. And then hopefully I haven't missed anything in the chat. Oh, go with the flow farm. How do I keep all the subscriptions straight? I wonder if you're asking me. So if I put a channel on the screen here, I don't know if this is what you're asking, but if I put a channel on the screen and they've never been on the screen before, then I'm probably not subscribed. So obviously the subscriptions stick, and for whatever reason, mine seem to stick for years and years and years. But when I'm out in other people's premieres and live streams, I'll often connect with people there in exactly the same way that everybody's doing here. I don't wait. I just connect with people right away. And then sometimes we have channels and I don't remember the fact that we haven't had them on the screen before, because sometimes I see people in other people's premieres and live streams that I've seen dozens of times before they ever come into a Tuber Chat stream. I try not to really push anybody, because we really only want people to how do I say this properly? You know what I was about to say. We want people to come here if they are of the same mindset, wanting to connect with others. We don't want anybody to feel pressured, because we've seen that before, and we don't want people to be upset, not want to come back, and all that kind of thing, right? We know that Tuber Chat's not for everybody, but we have the same mindset or similar, thinking about generosity, wanting to do more for others than we expect, knowing we're going to get all that we want. Tuber Chat is a perfect example. Just this channel alone has now 6,200 or 6,300 subscribers. They're all channel owners. But it started with 0 like everybody else, and everybody has seen this grow very solid, steadily, and some might even say slowly over the last 5.5 years. But probably one of the most solid channels that anybody could imagine, considering everybody behind it is a channel owner, right? So I hope that makes sense. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I think that Cabaret Retro Nights is here. Good to see you here. And then Neslover is a longtime dear friend. This creator, their handle matches their name, so they're easy to find. This creator is going to bring us a lot of art. Most of the latest videos are quite short, but they got plenty that we can connect with. Here's a couple of 3-minute ones here. Actually, I'm just going to take another video and put it in my catch-up list just for fun this time. Neslover's been a friend for years, actually. And they've got shorts on their channel as well. We might see a little inspiration here. They've gotten into 18,000 views on one of these. What I found most interesting about this channel in the beginning is the fact that what they'll do is they will live stream while they create art, and then they will cut pieces of this for videos on the channel. So they've actually been streaming quite a bit lately. I didn't realize that. I haven't caught you for one. Hopefully I will. I've got notification bells on, of course. And then, oh, did we not? Yeah, the source. I might have removed their name if I clear out names if I haven't seen somebody during those breaks often, within 20 minutes or half an hour. But thank you for catching that, Jesse. And then, yeah, if there's any members or moderators that we haven't seen yet, just please say anything at all in the chat. But I think we're caught up. Other than that, Broke but Bountifully Blessed Carol's coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So Broke but Bountifully Blessed Carol is working on 800 subscribers now, and this channel gives us information on the About section. They're all about surviving on Social Security after retirement. So what we're going to find here are more grocery haul ideas. They actually get involved in a subscription service. Here it is, Senior Stock Box, which is an interesting thing. I haven't seen that before. I'm just going to grab the latest video. Looks like positive inspiration for us. Thankful Thursday there. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,100 views on one, which is great to see. And they seem to be posting more and more, and then live streams as well. They seem to be doing these approximately once a week, maybe even more often. Hopefully we'll do another one soon. I've got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. I put E. Lockwood Art on the chat on the wheel. Pardon me as well. I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators here. All of them are dear friends of mine, but they're dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. And then oh, the source came up. Did I not put his channel up on the screen? I don't remember talking about his channel. Yeah, I must have made a mistake there. It's funny because I think now that we're mentioning it, I think I almost thought that too. So forgive me for that. The source, I'm sure we didn't talk about his channel yet. But please correct me if I'm wrong. And then E. Lockwood Hart is on the screen right now. This is another channel I'm still getting to know, but I see they put up a new video just yesterday. I'll put this in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about to keep or get caught up with creators. There's shorts on this channel. These have gotten now into 1,000 views, 1,400 on another one, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. They've got one coming up in a few days. We'll be looking forward to that. Colorful relics and retro toy plus art night. So looks like they've got quite a bit going on. And then I'll look forward to seeing more of that. They're almost halfway to the first 100. It's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone right now. And thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream and not 3 days a week, but I do appreciate every moment. And I know we've got some friends that run in the stream in the background or on their televisions or while they're driving, and I appreciate that as well. The Source is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They've been with us many months now. This creator posts frequently. They've got quite a bit of variety on the channel, but one of the things they focus on is connecting other creators. So in between their content, which can be extremely amusing, by the way, this creator actually wants to connect others in a similar way to what we do here. And you can get some information on their About section. They've got shorts. Oh, just started on the channel. For some reason, I thought you had more shorts on the channel. And then live streams as well. So they live stream frequently. You see they've got a glorious, colorful wheel. We all recognize that. And the Source is going to connect creators. The interesting thing here is that when the Source first found TuberChat, which is probably 6 months ago, maybe a little bit longer by now, they started sending friends over right away. And I wouldn't be surprised to know that we've gotten at least one new friend in every stream since the Source found us. So it gives you an idea of how many friends you might make over there with them. And they do a lot of focusing on other channels, like these interviews that they're doing to give other creators a lot of other support. And you can see they're closing in on 2,600 subscribers. This is a fast growing channel as well, and they're with us frequently. So thank you everybody again for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Let me just see who's on right now, and I will drop a link in the chat in a moment. Let's look at Ryan Parker Studios, actually. This is PK Adventure Travels. So I'm going to get their link, and please say TuberChat Raid when you get there. It's kind of a last minute thing, but I'll set the redirect. I'll pin this link as well, and I'll see everybody over there. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With TuberChat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? TuberChat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. TuberChat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. TuberChat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join TuberChat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? TuberChat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. TuberChat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With TuberChat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team, let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchatters got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty badges and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Superchat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Superchat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.